Hello, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. So from what I was seeing in the pre-shuffle, it looked to me like there's something going on that you may be leading or you're in charge of, or it's your vision, something like that, or you're the narrator of it, and it seems like you've been making progress with something that you're doing, something that you're leading, something that you're in charge of. You may even feel at a point like you're kind of coming more so into your own, maybe getting more comfortable with something, more familiar with it. I'm looking at the King of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Three of Wands. It looks to me like you're getting more comfortable saying no to things that you don't want to participate in. It's like if you don't see yourself going in that direction, you're not really holding yourself back from being like, you know what, I don't see myself going in that direction, and I don't want to be a part of that. So getting more comfortable using your voice, especially to be beginning with the King of Swords here. So this is also about, I'm hearing marketing price, I'm hearing marketing your value. I was going to say knowing your value. So if something is not living up to your expectations, or you don't feel like it's going to give you what you're looking for, or you're like, you know what, I would be putting in 80% and only getting 20 back, and that's not something that I'm interested in doing. It's about speaking up for yourself and saying what needs to be said, and also being very, very clear on your expectations. I'm also hearing your demands. Maybe you're negotiating something with someone. It's like, I expect to be compensated in this way, and if I'm not going to be, then I'm not interested in that. So wow, really showing up for yourself here. It looks to me like a moment of you being like, I have truly, truly worked on this and gotten to the point where I recognize my value. That much has become obvious to me. And I recognize as well that when I'm participating in something, if I feel valued in the way that I want to, it makes it worth it to me. And when I'm not, then my heart's not in it. Or if you're not getting what you want from something. It's like maybe before there had been things that you were doing where you'd been like undercompensated or underpaid for something, or not given supplies that you needed, or whatever it was, and feeling maybe even disheartened about the thing that you were working on, and now getting to a point where you're focusing on the things that matter to you and understanding this sense of reciprocity for what it is, and also understanding the relationship that that has to what it is that you're participating in as well. And getting very clear on that. For some of you too, there can be people asking you like, hey, you want to work on this project? You want to collaborate in this way? And if it's not the type of like environment that you want, or not like the compensation, or you feel like it's not an equal give and take, like equal energy, whatever it is that you're looking for, there's a sense of you being able to show up and have conversations that need to be had. I'm hearing market value again. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I do get the sense of you really, really recognizing your worth here and not being afraid to say what needs to be said, to advocate for yourself, to have those conversations that may be uncomfortable, but you valuing yourself enough to say what needs to be said. And this doesn't just have to relate to jobs and whatnot, although it can be. This is also about your relationships too, and about you speaking up for yourself and saying, like, I do like when things go in this direction, I don't like when they go in that direction. Or maybe like, you can work on that over there, but I don't have interest in doing that. I actually want to go this way over here. Maybe this is also about your independence as well, as far as what you're pursuing, and recognizing that like you can do something also on your own. With the Three of Cups, there may be somebody that you are connecting with. I'm seeing two different characters here, potentially bumping into one another. I am hearing freelance. This may be something business related. I'm hearing professionally. For some of you, there's this instance of turning something down. Like, I'm seeing somebody come through and try to appeal to you in one way, and you being like, I'm not getting what I need from this, or like they're not participating in the way that I hoped for them to, whatever it is for you. And I'm seeing you be like, although I feel disappointed about this, I recognize my value here, and I know that this isn't something that I'm interested in. Like, based off of how I'm feeling, I already have a lot going on, and now it's becoming clear to me that I actually want to go in this direction over here. So you may be turning something down to go in a direction that you do feel like more drawn to, more passionate about. And for some of you, this does look like a business venture. I'm also hearing political choices. I get the notion of someone like possibly scoping you out. Someone may see that you're turning away from one thing and try to pull you in on something else, actually. So it's becoming very clear to you, this direction that you're moving into. I'm seeing you move into something that it's taking you being receptive and open and in like a learning capacity for whatever this is that you're exploring. Like, this can be a new venture, it can be an activity that you want to explore, and there's something that you want to learn about it. Like, even this position that you're falling into, wanting to learn more about it, and it looks like you're gaining momentum here with what it is that you're picking up on, and even using scenarios from the past to help you course correct with where you are now. So it's like, you know the signs if it's leading in a direction that you don't want it to go in, and you're also learning from your mistakes here because you are open to that. Okay, so we're looking at the sun. I'm also seeing Virgo here. I'm hearing high society, maybe a sort of group that you were involved in or have the potential to be involved with. What it looks like to me is some sort of like community, even of people that may be connected with a job or something professionally that you're pursuing. This can also be just something that you have an interest in. For some of you, I'm even seeing some sort of following. I said that Virgo popped out, yeah? I'm seeing you reflecting on something, thinking about something. I'm hearing Hermit, which this is the Hermit's card, and I'm also hearing Hermeticism. Maybe there's something that you're studying, esotericism. I'm also hearing school of thought, maybe something with philosophy. This can even be in an overall sense, like even in an existential sense that you're looking into things. I'm seeing something that you're even keeping quiet about because it's related to you moving towards a sense of peace, you finding your peace. I am seeing another storyline pop out, but I'm going to stick with this one for now. I'm seeing there be a big notion of you moving in a direction where you're grounding and centering emotionally. It looks like there's some sort of struggle that's happening over here. You may be looking to process your emotions in a particular way, even like learning new coping strategies and stuff. And when it comes to you like centering, I'm also hearing mending, grounding, even meditating, whatever it is for you, where your effort that you're making is to find like peace and clarity and for things to be calm around you and reflecting and being like, what do I need in order to cultivate that within my life? In order to get to this position of feeling cool, calm, and collected and being able to like manage what's coming towards you, for some reason, it seems like you may be getting in your head and feeling like the things that I need, I don't have in order to get to this place. Because maybe you're even looking externally and being like, because I have that, like I can't manifest this, or because I don't have that, I'm not able to get into this space, or because the house is too loud, like I can't find my peace. Whatever it is for you, there may be something about the surrounding circumstance that you feel is inhibiting you from feeling centered and calm in the way that you want to. But that may not be. You may be looking for something outside of you that you're actually going to find within, something that you already have, something that's already there. And you don't need whatever like material it is that you think you need, or whatever like environment. So yeah, finding the King of Cups within you, regardless of your circumstance. May also feel quite affected by a close interpersonal relationship that you have. Like, maybe this is one of those times where in all other areas of your life you feel like you can be like calm and centered and grounded and like have your head on the right way on your shoulders and all of that stuff. And when it comes to like maybe a specific relationship, it's something that at times you feel very triggered by, depending on like what's going on with it. It looks to me like you're going to be discovering, as you reflect and as your main aim is to like feel grounded and centered emotionally, it seems like you're going to be able to like separate yourself from maybe something that you didn't feel like was separate from you, and it was actually something that was hindering you connected with a relationship. So it seems like you're becoming more and more aware of what it was that was affecting you to the level and degree that it was affecting you within your relationship with someone. And maybe at times feeling like that lack of the relationship with this person. I'm seeing Virgo, Gemini, and Libra here. You know, when you're in a relationship with someone and say it is a codependent relationship and you feel like your progress and your well-being is very much tied to this other person, what it looks like to me is when you reflect and you recognize that like a main priority for you is to find peace and integrate that with your life, and also understand how the way that you respond to things emotionally and the way that you handle your emotional process is also tied in with the amount of peace that you feel. It looks to me like something that even felt at a time like unfortunate about a connection that you have, or maybe feel like you don't have with someone. I'm seeing you get to the point where you're like, I'm even seeing somebody where it's like, instead of a tree that has like foliage and all of that, which would be like a healthy blooming relationship, we can say, it's like a scarecrow tree. And I'm seeing this be related to a relationship, and it's like you're holding on to like these wisps and bristles of something that you know could actually be abundant. However, maybe within this particular situation, things are not abundant. And so I'm seeing you get to a point where you're reflecting again on this relationship. Once you've reflected on like what's going on with you on the personal emotional front, you're then able to extend that perspective to analyzing a relationship that you have and what you need to do for you. Like, what is the justice within this situation connected with you finding your sense of peace? And I'm seeing you be in this very, very grounded state and be like, something needs to come to an end. Something that is not helping me to grow and prosper is attached to me. And it's something here that I need to address. And could this be a relationship? Could it be a mindset? Could it be a dynamic? There are so many things that this could be. And beneath it all, what even was covering up or making you feel like something was okay when deep down you knew that it wasn't, very much could be a sense of codependency here with the devil. Something that brings this sense of emotional confusion and has you feeling like, and with Saturn too, that sense of scarcity and like, I'm just stuck in this situation, I'm helpless, I can't do anything about it, or I'm choosing this, or I'm martyring myself, whatever it is. It's you getting to a place where it's like, I don't have to just have like the bones of a relationship. I can actually have like a full-blown bona fide relationship that I feel like is healthy, and I'm also hearing affluent. However, I recognize that I may have to make a tough choice here, a tough decision. And whether this be like ending a relationship completely, evacuating, exiting, or this be creating new habits that fend off this sense of codependency and also clear up whatever emotional confusion this is, which is going to take some time. There's a notion of recognizing something here needs to be addressed because one is not feeling at peace. Possibly within a home, within a relationship, because something is out of order. And so there's the notion of addressing something here. I saw 1944 on the time when I looked up. And maybe this also started with you voicing your advocating for yourself and like, okay, so maybe before when you had been invited to do like this or that or the other thing, like even when you didn't feel passionate about it or you didn't really want to, you were saying yes. And like the top row is you settling into this place where if you don't want to participate in something or you don't want to go in that direction or that's not an activity that you like to do, you standing up and being like, I'm not interested in that, and turning down what's being handed to you because it's not resonating with you. So I'm seeing that happening in the first line. And in the second line, it's about not just what you do or don't want to be involved in, but it's about like when you're involved in dynamics, what does that exchange look like? What are you hoping for it to look like? And am I finding that? Am I finding what I'm looking for? And then we drop down to being in a place where we're recognizing that maybe what we want and maybe the way that we believe we should be valued, that's not what's happening within a dynamic. And we may even be getting to the point of being ready to speak on that. Because it's like, why do I feel sad? Why do I feel disconnected? Why do I keep like looking back on this and regretting it? Why do I feel resentful? Why do I feel angry? Why do I feel like I'm in this state of loss or grieving? Because if I'm in the like midst of a healthy, bountiful relationship, why would I be feeling all of these things? And this is kind of like the cracking open of you being like, I wasn't checking in with myself, and even at times where I wasn't following through and advocating, or I wasn't like being authentic, I wasn't being honest about how I was feeling, and maybe even feeling like you needed to sacrifice for other people. And I'm seeing you get into a space where you're like, my emotions are real, and if I'm validating them for myself and doing what needs to be done and really listening to what's going on within me, I'm recognizing that there's something that I need to do here. I'm learning through my emotional experience about what's in alignment for me and what's not in alignment. And then there's this whole process here of gaining insight and awareness about like what your emotional experience is, and maybe also what the potential for it to be like if you are in a healthy connection, if you're in a connection that's in alignment, right? Because we can even say like two people have love for one another and they're just not compatible, right? And is that healthy? Is that unhealthy? It is whatever one deems it to be, but there's something going on that was out of alignment. Otherwise this wouldn't be here. But someone's feeling like something is not right, and they wouldn't be in this state if they were feeling a sense of peace. So I'm seeing them be like, you know, I need to learn from this. I need to see what's going on here. And that's when I'm seeing the reflection come in, where it's like, I'm looking in and reflecting, and I'm talking to myself here and having this conversation, and I'm realizing that if I want to find peace, there's a better, more effective way that I can be handling things on the emotional front. And I do have everything I need to manifest that for myself. These circumstances are actually perfect for that, even though I wasn't feeling like that. So it's recognizing too that like none of it is a mistake. The circumstances aren't a mistake. The resources aren't a mistake. You have everything you need to create this like centered, peaceful, vibrant energy that you want to be in. And that means that you can also have that within your very, very close dynamics, within your relationships. And something finally that needed to come to an end is being addressed. So we can move past this space of murkiness and towards clarity and peace. To go over the signs again, I'm looking at the Sun, I'm looking at Virgo, Gemini, Libra, and Capricorn. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.